Asmadi Games has a new title that I want to make sure you know about. One Deck Dungeon, Abyssal Depths. This is for 1 to 2 players. The game should take between 15 and 45 minutes, and it's good for ages 14 and up. New and dangerous fiends have appeared and now make every dungeon even more of a challenge to conquer. In this expansion to One Deck Dungeon, new fiend cards will harass you from the moment you step foot into the first floor right until you face the boss. Each fiend has its own unique effects, and you'll have to divert some of your valuable dice to combat its threats during every encounter. It's not all bad news, though. Every time you push back the fiend, you gain a valuable point of healing and a heroic die. One Deck Dungeon Abyssal Depths contains 6 large fiend cards and 3 heroes: the Dragoon, the Aquamancer, and the Witch. Now, I'm a big fan of the One Deck Dungeon series, the original game, as well as the standalone expansion, Forest of Shadows. I'm a backer for their One Deck Galaxies that's on the way out, and I'm looking forward to anything that they do in either of these two, Galaxy or Dungeon, either of these two One Deck universes that they have created and given onto us, the gamers. Now, I do need to point out that unlike Forest of Shadows, which is a standalone expansion, you don't need the base game of One Deck Dungeon to play it. You can have either one of these two and enjoy the game. This, Abyssal Depths, is a mini expansion. It's the first one that they've done. It's not a big box expansion. It's not a standalone expansion. So this is new as far as I'm aware, and it can be incorporated and plugged into either the base core game or the Forest of Shadows. You know, I'm also a big fan of the fact that this expansion is bringing 3 new heroes to the gaming party of what's already some pretty powerful palookas, if you ask me. So, yeah, the Aquamancer and the Dragoon and the Witch, nothing is new or different. You're going to recognize the card setup. You're going to recognize the 1-player side, the 2-player side, and I think it's really cool that they're bringing us more options for more playable characters. Now, as mentioned in the publisher description that I read verbatim to you, this is, as far as I know, this is a completely new introduction to the system. It hasn't been done before, unless there's been some other small packet expansion that I missed out on. This is the first time they've incorporated the idea of fiends that are going to be hounding you from the beginning of the adventure right to the end. I like this idea that you have this harrowing experience of, in a sense, being chased down by this creature, and during the course of this, you're going to have to be spending your dice that you need to face the other monsters and get from level to level to level until you get to the boss. You're going to have to be sacrificing these dice to spend on the fiends. This sounds like it's adding another level of strategy to what's already, in my mind, a pretty tough strategic game to begin with. Just, it is luck with the manipulation of the dice and how they roll out for you, but there's a lot of strategy to it, how you want to use the dice and how you're going to deal with a lot of these monsters. And with the fiends now, I'm loving this idea, this concept that it's going to be adding this whole new level that you're going to have to be thinking about. So there's not a lot about Abyssal Depths. That's about it. Let me see. I did see that the fiends are double-sided. The fiends have a more powerful side that has these little skull icons on either side of their names, and we got such fiends as what's called a spout. A spout elemental is one of the ones. A Terra Shell, Endless Kelp, Shark Wisps, right? Like willow wisp, but shark wisps. And you see there's merflections like merfolk, and then there's a tidal snake. And these are going to be, like I said, harassing you from the beginning of the game. pretty much until the end. I definitely got to get my hands on this. If you're a fan of One Deck Dungeon, please get more information if you have to. Learn more about this. But if you're already a fan of this system, I'm pretty sure you're probably already thinking that you need this. I know that's the way I felt when I first heard about it. So now go out there, get more information, and make up your own darn mind the way I did. And find out more information on One Deck Dungeon, Abyssal Depths.